Okay, guys. So it's quite snowing out here today, and let me give you a gist of something. So I want to talk about the updates in Sweden. Um, yeah, to those who applied for studies in Sweden, the proof of funds have changed. Okay, I didn't use my bicycle today. So the proof of funds to study in Sweden have changed. And if you apply from the January 1st, the amount used to be, let me see how much it is. In case you want to apply for visa to Sweden this year, this is the amount you need to show to the Swedish officials. Okay, the amount used to be 10,314 Swedish krona. Remember, this is Swedish krona. Now, the new amount you need to show to them is 10,584 Swedish krona. And remember, this is per month, right? Which means that you have to show this amount for 1 year. Now, for 1 year, you need to multiply 10,584 times 12. And if you multiply this amount by 12, you are going to get 127,008 Swedish krona, right? Now, remember, this is in Swedish krona. You need to convert the money to euros. Okay? Then if you convert the money to euros, you are going to get 11,246 euros. Now, this money is the money you need to have in your account. I'm still going to explain some things that you need to know and others that you need to put into consideration. Don't mind me. The weather here today, but we move. Now, this is the money in euros. To CFA francs, you need to have at least 7,385,017 francs. Okay, so that is the money in CFA francs. That needs to be in your bank account for 12 months. If you are going for a program for 1 year or more, they just need this money in your account for 1 year. Now, there are other ways, other amounts. Let me explain. I'm looking for a place to stand. Otherwise, I might just fall down. It's so dangerous out here. So the other amount you need to show, in case you are not going for a 1 year program, if you are going to study in Sweden for 6 months, okay, because there are some programs for 6 months, 30 credits programs. Remember I mentioned that before. You need to show them 10,584 times 6. Okay, this is the money that needs to be in your bank account. And this is going to give you 63,504 Swedish krona. To euros is 5,624. Then to CFA is 3.6 million 3.6 million, in fact 3.7 million. Okay, this is the money that needs to be in your account for 6 months. If you are going for a 6 months program, or if you are going for a 1 year program, it has to be 7 million, approximately 7,400,000. Now, but if you are going for a 1 year program, I would prefer you take a 13 months option. What I mean by 13 months option is apply for a program that is going, just say if you are going for a 1 year program, you have to show proof of funds for 12 months, but now rather show it for 13 months, okay? Don't do it for 12 months, just do it for 13 months so they can actually believe and understand what you are doing. And if you do for 13 months, instead of you showing that amount, which is 7.4 million, you now need to show them 8 million. I hope you understand, 8 million CFA francs. Then you have to now show 12,187 euros. Okay, I'm just putting it in euros and CFA because most of you are from Cameroon. Some other people are from Nigeria. However, Nigerians, please make sure you convert the money to your own local currency. Okay, I hope this is understood. 6 months programs is this different. 1 year programs different. Now, this money is just for you. To those of you who want to migrate with families, I'm still going to talk about how much you need for your children or your child and how much you need for your wife. This is the way it works. Okay. Then remember, this is the amount you need as proof of funds, and proof of funds needs to be one of the documents you have to show to the Swedish officials. Now, let's talk about the other documents you need to apply for your visa, your residence permit, because that's what you need. The other documents now is your residence permit fee, and you need to have a visa or credit card because you are going to be paying this money online. Okay, you need to have a visa or MasterCard or whichever one, but you just understand that you are going to pay online. Then you also need health insurance, please verify the Migration Vacate website to see how much money you need to use. Like the medical insurance type and everything is there. I'm just here to give you the details so you understand. All right, then I've talked about your proof of funds. Now, remember, proof of funds in Sweden, you must not use a private person, and the money you are claiming to be using, it shouldn't be that of your employer. You cannot use your employer, you cannot use a private person. It's either you have the money in your own account or you have a scholarship to show this. These are the two possible options. Let's say you apply for Sweden and subsequently you win the Swedish Institute scholarship. Then that is fantastic. Okay. Then also you need a copy of your admissions letter. You also need a copy of your international passport and the passport itself. You need your admissions letter. I've talked about it. Then you also need, remember, you can also use different sponsors. Okay. If you are moving with family, the money must be in your own account. Don't forget this, very important. Then we have talked about this. Let's take a look at the other things you need to know. Also remember that if you do not have all required documents or requirements, your application will be denied. I'm saying this so that you don't come back blaming village people. Please pay attention to application. It's important. Then make sure the application is complete, and if your bank statement must not be older than 4 months. So which means that you can print your bank statement and use it. If it's 3 months, you can use it. Okay, but make sure, I always just tell people to be on the safe side, just get a bank statement which is at least 6 months old. Okay, that's the best thing to do. Then what else? Now let's come back to those who apply to Sweden. As it stands right now, some people are already getting results, others are still to get, others are getting rejections, but don't give up. That is the goal. Do not give up, because if you give up, you lose. Okay, I'm just here to encourage you. See where I'm standing. Next year can be you. You can be standing somewhere here in Europe like this. I've never experienced this, though this is my second country in Europe, okay, and the first in the European Union, but this is my first time experiencing such stuff. But hopefully you are going to join us here next year. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to talk about how much you need for a family of how many people. I'm going to also talk about how much you need for your spouse and a whole lot of stuff. So do not worry, all right? More is still to come. And of course, please do not forget to share the video, subscribe to the channel so that other people can equally benefit from this information. I wish you all the best, and we meet again. Now, beautiful people, this university I'm going to talk about now is open in Portugal, and they are accepting applications. Now, this video is gonna be very short because I want to add another video to the second part. Like after this one, you are going to listen to another one. Please, those of you, especially those of you who are in Dubai, Bahrain, Vietnam, Qatar, Cyprus, make sure you watch till the end. There are so many things I mentioned in that video. If you want to move with spouse, you don't want to move with spouse, it is going to help you. Now, let's go to this university that is open in Portugal. What is the name of the school? It is the University of Algarve. Now, pay attention to the application fee of 100 euros. Pay attention to the registration fee and school insurance of 275 euros. Pay attention to the first year, the second year, and the third year of tuition fee, which costs about 2,500 to 3,000 euros, depending on the program of interest. One thing I would like you to tell the admissions team is, tell them that you cannot pay this money at once. How much can you pay before you apply for visa? And when you get to Portugal, can you pay in installments, like 10 installments? That is the first question you should ask them. Smart move. Okay, I've given you a secret. Now, when you get to this university's website, these are things you should check before you apply. Check the language of instruction of the program you want to apply to. Point number 1. Point number 2, check the application deadline. Point number 3, check the tuition fee of the program. Point number 4, check if the program is taught in both Portuguese and English before you launch your application. Why am I saying this? If you verify all these details, you would know where you belong. Now, remember, you have to apply to this university. They might ask you to show legalized documents. Remember, even if they do not ask you to show legalized documents for your application, you will still need legalized documents to apply for visa. So the best thing to do is to make sure
You do your legalized document. You legalize your documents now before you drop an application. This is important. I was talking to somebody today on one in Dubai. In fact, they are a couple. They want to move, but again, they didn't know about this information. Information is key if you must move abroad this year. I want to see you guys in Europe